pray. Almighty God, in your wisdom and goodness, has appointed of the leaders and parliament for welfare of the society and just the of the people. We beseech you to be honored with your abundant favor, as your servant whom you have been pleased to call the performance of the mantras in this republic. Let your blessing descend upon us assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come into liberation, in so just the faithful manners promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country, and of those who sympathize your community, our church. Amen. Order
number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
Next order.
Order number 8, motion on the revocation of gazettement of Salad sublocation, Hadado location in Wajir County.
Mheshimiwa Halima Goli.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I stand to move the motion, revocation of gazettement on Salat sublocation, Adado location in Wajir. That aware that land in Isiolo County is categorized as community land according to Article 63, 1D of Constitution of Kenya, with exception of those lands set aside for adjudication by legal notice 150 of 2019 and gazetted areas. Further aware that county government shall hold in trust owned and registered community land on behalf of the communities of Isiolo according to Section 6, 1 of the Community Land Act 2016. Acknowledge that customary right of occupancy on any community land subsisting before the commencement of Community Land Act shall upon the commencement of the Act be recognizable right of occupancy in respective community land pursuant to Section 14(2) of Community Land Act 2016. Proclaiming that in establishing national government service delivery coordination units, the Cabinet Secretary shall accord and respect the county government decentralized unit established under Section 48 of the County Government Act 2012. Further appreciating the District Province Act, the Districts and Provinces Act 1992 has clearly prescribed the districts and provinces boundaries that exited to counties after the promulgation of the Constitution 2010. Noting that on Salad is a grazing area in Alango sub-location and a Basa location in Meti sub-county, and in Cherab sub-county in Cherab ward under Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Act. Worried that the gazettement of Onsalat as a sublocation under Adado sub-county by the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Coordination via Gazette notice will attempt to amend the existing administrative and ward boundaries and deprive the people of Cherab ward historical, cultural, economic, and social rights as guaranteed under the Constitution and laws of Kenya. Therefore, this Assembly recommends, as a custodian of community land according to Community Land Act 2016, the County Government of Isiolo through Department of Land and Physical Planning, in liaison with relevant national government agencies, to take swift action to reverse the above gazettement. 2. Arrange delegates from the ward to present their memorandum of complaint and supportive document as evidence to revoke the gazettement. 3. Board national government led by county commissioner, national leaders, and the county government leadership led by governor and area MCA to deliberate on way forward to reclaim the encroached land by Wajir County. 4. The County Assembly of Isiolo Committee on Land and Physical Planning to inquire into the matter and report back to the Assembly urgently. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is issues on the Onsalat sublocation, which was allocated in November 2024, date 24 November. This motion, I think some of these recommendations which we have made, some steps have been moved, whereby the governor and his team, the CC, has moved this case to the court, and with a few elders from the area affected. From the gazette, from the court order, we saw that the case is already in the court, but up to now we have no know-how about the steps that are being moved and how the case is ongoing and where they are, the status of and the situation of the case. Because the community members who are from the area who are part of the committee were never engaged to the case. So I wanted to know from the department the status of the case. Where are we at now? Despite of maybe taking the case forward, was there any step that was moved in terms of reclaiming this land, which has been gazetted by the internal security minister? So I think mostly as at now, what is very critical is that status report, where we are right now, where are we in the case? Why are the community members who are who are supposed to be part of that case who are not involved in anything? Was there really any step taken since the case, the court order taken? I'm worried because this court order, if there is no any step taken right now, even there was another similar case in the area whereby there was a borehole drilled on our side, and we visited the area with the area leaders, the sub-county leaders at my ward, the chiefs, the DCC, the SCCs, the security team from both sides, Wajir and Isiolo. But the process stopped there. There was no involvement of the official from the county government, whereby we were supposed to, from that step, we wrote a report and we expected that the governor and the land department will take up from there, so that they will engage the Wajir side and the issue of the disputed land will be discussed at higher level and the resolution processes to take off. But up to now, there is nothing. maybe it is a similar case whereby this court order are being taken to court as case, but if there is no steps which are taken, then the people will settle in the area, the chiefs and other position of leadership will be brought on board, and the settlement people will start now officially live in the area as they were jail part. So I think we are on our side. We are somehow sleeping on the job. We are not taking off with any complaint. And if we keep quiet, I think things will not be very good on our side. So I'm urging the department concerned to take a step and give us the status report, so that from there we know where we are and how are we going, what strategy are we going to engage into now taking next step forward. That is my take. Even the borehole side, which I just said, already the Wajir side have equipped the borehole, and right now they are using that borehole. So meaning that after they realize that we are not serious with the following up, they started using the borehole, and now around the borehole surely there will be settlement, and that area now will be carved as usual. You know, it has started from Adado, it has started from Abja, and you know, one by one those areas now will officially go on the Wajir side. Administratively, right now the land registration process is ongoing, and according to the report, when the National Land Commission representative came to for some presentation to Isiolo, they presented to us MCS. They were saying that there is some hope that maybe the previous boundary of 1992 will remain. Despite the boundary remaining, if we are not going to claim that part as our own area, then the people from Wajir will settle. The land will be ours, but the people who settle in that land are not ours. So will that benefit us in any way? So that is some of the worries. Maybe similarly, this on Salad, as at now, since it's already gazetted, people will start, maybe it is administratively it is on our side, but now the area will be occupied by people from Wajir, sorry, Adado area, and now the land may be on our side, but the utilization of the land will be on the other side. So meaning that our grazing land will be reduced by quite a number of coverage areas, meaning that we are losing our land to our neighbors without us top officials not making any move to reclaim our land. So I see I have presented this. I wanted this is the paper that I wanted to present in December, but because of the tight schedule, it did not get. I did not get time to present. So it has come back so that we present today. I have presented today, but in different manner, because right now the case is there, is to know the status, so that if there is some people who have...
So there is a case in court of the same?
Yeah, there is a case in court the same, there is court order. So right. There is court order, and court we have never seen...
So there is a case, we have active case in court?
There is a court order, but there is court order, but there is no active case. We did not, up to now, get any engagement of the community. So who are now doing the case? Because the people who are listed as part of the case has never been engaged in anything. So maybe these are a way of, you know, fooling us, so that now the area continue being occupied. We don't know with which intention, because the leadership on this side belong to this community. They have to protect the land of this community. That is my take, and I'm worried as the grassroots leader of the area, what is happening and what step are we taking as the leadership in this side of Isiolo, while the other leadership has already taken the step and gazetted. What step have we taken apart from taking to the court? Is there now any mention of the case? Is there involvement of anybody? Is there anything going on? That is the status report that I want. Thank you.
Second. I propose aware that land in Isiolo County is categorized as a community land according to the Article 1D of the Constitution of Kenya, with the exception of those lands set aside for adjudication by the legal notice 150 of 2019 and gazetted areas. Further aware that the county government shall hold in trust all the unregistered community land on behalf of the communities of Isiolo according to Section 6(1) of the Community Land Act 2016, acknowledge that the customary right of the occupancy of any community land subsisting before the commencement of the Community Land Act shall, upon the commencement of the Act, be recognizable right of occupancy in the respective community land pursuant Section 14(2) of Community Land Act 2016. Appreciating that in establishing National Government Service Delivery Coordination Unit, the Cabinet Secretary shall accord and respect the county government decentralization units established under the Section 48 of the County Government Act 2012. To further appreciate the District and Provincial Act 1992 as clearly prescribed the districts and province boundaries that existed to counties after the proclamation of the Constitution 2010, noting that a second onslaught is a grazing area in a land sublocation and a bazaar location in the Merti sub-county and in Sherab Ward and the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Act, worried that the gazettement of the on Salat as a sub-location and Adado sub-county by the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Coordination with Gazette notice will attempt to amend the existing administrative and ward boundaries and deprive the people of Shirabu historical, cultural, economical and social rights as guaranteed under the Constitution and laws of Kenya. Therefore, this Assembly recommend, as a custodian of the community land according to the Community Land Act 2016, the county government of Isiolo through Department of Land and Physical Planning and in liaison with the relevant national government agendas and agencies to take swift action to reverse the above settlement. Arrange delegates from the ward to present their memorandum of complaint and the supportive document as evidence to reform the settlement. Both national government led by the county commissioner, national leaders, senators and women representatives and county government leadership led by the governor and EMCA to deliberate on the way forward to reclaim the encroached land by the Wajir County and the County Assembly of Isiolo Committee on Land and Physical Planning to inquire into the matter and report back to the Assembly urgent. These are serious matters, so I think
Thank you Mr. Speaker kunipatia nafasi. Nasimama kuchangia hii mjadala ya on salad. Mimi kama jirani ya Marti Cherawo mambo ya on salad tunajua sehemu yetu ya Merti tunajua mpaka yetu mission ni on salad. Kutoka hiyo watu jirani yetu wamegazeti mambo ya on salad. Hatujawahi pata majibu kutoka gavana yetu. Tunataka kuuliza gavana yetu kama anajua hiyo maneno. Tunataka yeye ajitokeze aongee maneno ya on salad kwa sababu on salad iko Isiolo County, si Mandera County. Hatujui kwa nini gavana yetu amenyamaza. Sisi kama county assembly tunataka majibu kutoka gavana yetu. Kwa sababu hiyo ardhi ni yetu na wenye walichukua na nguvu ni jirani yetu. Kwa sababu ile mtu amechimba hiyo ball kwa hiyo area ni gavana ya Mandera. Tunataka kujua yeye kazi yake ni nini. Gavana yetu atokeze mahali hapo atujibu hii maneno kwa haraka na iwezekana. Asante.
Yes. Mheshimiwa Mwalimu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for the chance. I stand to support the motion, Mr. Speaker. Before I say something about this motion, Mr. Speaker, the issue of land it is very sensitive, and what is in this order paper today, it is issues that is touching the heart of the people who are living in that area, Mr. Speaker, and it requires something, the background information, Mr. Speaker. Sorry to say this to the mover of the motion, Mheshimiwa, will have enough information about this, if at all the motion maybe will have the notices of motion of this. It will bring us very sensible discussion in this house, but sorry, because it is not timely brought. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, this kind of motion, let us have it on the notices of motion so that the members will have good research on this, so that we can have something to deliberate or to make a very important, giving very important information about the same. Mr. Speaker, to add on this, Mr. Speaker, as earlier said by the two honorable members, the Onsalat, it is the farthest boundary that disconnects the Cherab and the other Isiolo County from the Cherab, this side of ours north and the Wajir. But what has brought this kind of problem, Mr. Speaker, it is issues which we have been discussing all along, the issue of insecurity, Mr. Speaker. We have been saying the placement of the security post in farthest end, Mr. Speaker, for our people to have to defend their territories. When they don't have such kind of protection, Mr. Speaker, it automatically the counties which have that kind of preparedness will automatically encroach to our areas. Does it mean, Mr. Speaker, we are weaker leaders? We have leaders who are representing this community at the national level. As earlier said, this the gazettement was gazetted on November, Mr. Speaker. It was maybe 4 or 5 months ago. What have we discussed as members who are representing this group at members, land committees members? Have we reached out to other members to have backup, even the to have those kind of delegates, Mr. Speaker, to talk to our national leaders, to show the sensitiveness and seriousness of this matter, Mr. Speaker? Let us, my biggest concern, Mr. Speaker, or request is for us as leaders to take this kind of motion or issues affecting our people in
in a serious manner so that we can address the issues of our people at the grassroots level, sensitizing our people to go as far as those areas to live there when there is that availability of water. I know the pastors are there, Mr. Speaker, but what made our people to run away from their areas, it is issues of insecurity. And I'm saying this, if the issue of security is done, I am sure our people, they can live as far as those places. But the issue of boundaries, as it is indicated here, let it is observed. Let us reach out. Maybe I'm urging my fellow members, if it is the matter of even calling upon those leaders, so as we sit together as leaders to make this kind of recommendation, to do the recommendation which it was highlighted here. It is a very nice recommendation. Let us see the implementation of it. The problem here, the implementation, it is not there. We are just writing this thing for the sake of writing. When we are in Rangeland, I have highlighted the issue of bringing the motion just for the sake of the motion, just for the sake of earning salary, just for the sake of earning allowances. But if this kind of seriousness it is not implemented, we are not helping ourselves, we are not helping our electorate, and we are just making our people to suffocate. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I urge the issue of security to be addressed in this area of Cherab and Chad. Thank you.
Nasimama kuchangia support ya vocation ya gazeti on slaughter sublocation. Mr. Speaker, gazetman ya on slaughter sublocation ikiweza kuendelea italete inaweza lete conflict, a displacement, na inaweza lete create shida kubwa sana katika sehemu hiyo, Mr. Speaker. Kwa hivyo sheria ya Kenya, constitution ya Kenya 2010, article 10, article 174 inaongelea mambo ya public participation. So kama kuna changes ambayo inafaa, Mr. Speaker, public participation ingefanyika katika hizo sehemu ili kuweza kuleta ile harmony katika wale wakazi wa hiyo area. Mr. Speaker, hii ikifanyika pasipo hiyo, hii italeta shida, na tungeomba serikali kuu, wale wahusika ambao ni ministry ambaye inawahusika wangeza, tungeomba hiyo gazetman iwe revoke ili watu waweze kukaa chini na kuangalia the first gazetman, kwa sababu kuna first gazetman kulikuwa na boundaries, hata wakati sa district kulikuwa na hiyo boundaries. Kutakuwaje changes zinaweza ingia pasipo wale watu kukaa pamoja? Kwa hivyo hiyo ita create shida kubwa sana. Kwa hivyo tungeomba kuwe na hiyo revocation, hiyo revocation ifanywe ndiposa iweze kuleta utulivu. Na nashindwa wale governors ambao tuko nao, unaweza aje enda peleka project ambayo ni account yako unaenda kuimplement katika county nyingine. Hiyo ni kitu ambayo magovernors wetu wanafaa kuelewa boundaries zao. Kwa hivyo tungeomba committee husika waweze kuandikia ministry wahusika waweze kurevoke hiyo, kwa sababu hatungependa hao watu wameishi miaka nyingi sana katika tangu ukoloni 1960s. Wameishi hiyo, watu wameishi pamoja. Tunajua watu wajia wanakuja wana graze banda Isiolo wakati ukame, na watu wamekuwa na njia badala ya kuweza kukaa kama majirani. watu wa Isiolo kwa wakati wako na ukame wanaweza enda upande wa Wajir, kwa hivyo walikuwa wanaelewa boundary zao, na kumekuwa na hali tulivu katika hizo area. Lakini sasa Mheshimiwa Speaker, hii ikiweza kutekelezwa italeta uhasama, na hiyo uhasama kuja kujaribu kuitatua itakuwa imesababisha pengine maafa, imesababisha mambo makubwa ambayo imeletwa na serikali ama wale wahusika ndio wamesababisha. Kwa hivyo sisi kama viongozi ambao tumeteuliwa kwa niaba ya kurepresent hao wananchi, tungeomba njia mwafaka ungetumika katika hizo area. Na inapochukuliwa, kwa sababu hiyo sehemu imekuwa ufugaji wa watu wa Isiolo, ya watu ya Sharab, hiyo sehemu yao ya ufugaji itakapochukuliwa iingie Wajir, hao watu watakuwa wamepoteza sehemu kubwa sana, utapoteza sehemu kubwa sana yao ya ufugaji. Na unapojua hawa watu wa Sharab ama Isiolo County wengi wao ni wafugaji, wanategemea ufugaji, na hiyo sehemu wamekuwa wakitumia. So tungeomba ministry husika iweze kusikia hayo maneno, iweze kurevoke hiyo, ili hawa jamii viongozi ya two counties waweze kuketi chini, kuwe na mazungumzo ambayo inaweza lete njia mwafaka ya kuweza kuleta ile consensus katika hizo jamii. Yangu ni hayo tu kwa sasa.
Pretty much you have nothing to add. It's done.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you for the members who have contributed and added value to our motion, to my motion today. For me, in summary, since this case is already in the court, and this paper here, the motion, I prepared during the gazettement on 24th, and that is why you see it has details of recommendations. Right now, my main concern is about the status report of the case file. There was the case court order to stop the gazettement and revoke the gazettement and reallocation of the previous boundary to prevent people's occupancy. We don't know now which step they have taken, because there was no engagement of those who are in the list of the people who are supposed to participate in the case mentioning and follow-up. So I wanted to know the status as of now. We regard this today's motion. It's as if the paper was just the previous paper which I presented. I wanted to present in December. Was just brought in the same manner. I wanted some amendment to focus on status report as at now. So the clerk note that, so that now our main agenda for the department concerned is to give us the status report of the court order. What step have they moved? Where are we? So that now from there we know where to move. That is it. Because some of this recommendation, it is not now applicable because the case is already in the court. So we know the status report. If there was any mention of the court has stopped or not, whether there was any mention of the case, where now are we as at now? That is what I wanted to know, and it needs to be at least hurried up, so that now it's some months ago, and this is a very sensitive issue, as we have already said. Also including the issue of the borehole, which the issue of the borehole which are drilled in our area. There was a disputed area, the two boreholes where the two boreholes were drilled, and right now the people from Oje side have equipped and they are using, while we have already raised the concern, and we even had a meeting with them from the other side at the site, and there was some discussion going and which are ongoing. So they disregarded that, and they have already equipped, and they are right now using. So there was no engagement from our side. When I mentioned in the other time of the launching of the Arab sub-county, governor said that it's on top of that case. So I don't know what on top means. If there is anything about that disputed area, that the two boreholes, already people have settled and they have started using. So if we want also status report on the same. Thank you.
Thank you, members. Before I put a question, I will try to go through the documents and what is the recommendation they recommend of the mover. I think from number 1 to number 4, the number 4 touches county assembly. That the county assembly of Isiolo Committee on Land and Fiscal Planning to inquire into the matter and report back to the assembly urgently. That one, as a committee, they will take up that one, and they must give this house the report, because the custodian of the whole report is the executive. So I think that one will be taken care of. I think the clerk is not in it. It's good that because the clerk sitting here is the same clerk for the Committee of Land. So I think we have to take the same. The other again, that you have given us a recommendation, arrange the delegate from the ward to present their memorandum of complaint and supportive document to evidence to it as evidence to revoke the gazettement. I don't know now, this one will go where and who is to arrange. You know, we have to be very clear on the same. Who will arrange for this delegate for them to do that? Second thing, I heard that this is in court. The case in court, who took it to the court? Is it the executive or the community? So even now the executive, I think they are in a position, they have already collected the full information for the case to us. So I believe that they have played their part. But for us to know the status of the case, you know, as an assembly, we are not in a position to discuss anything which is in court. But we have also, we need also to understand how is the case going on. We are not interfering with the court case, but we need to understand those who took the case, how is the status of that case. So I believe as an assembly, we only have to ask the status and see how we can assist them to ensure they push the same. As an assembly, we will play our part. We will get all the gazette notice. We know we must have a gazette notice of how that land is in Isiolo, when it is gazetted to be in Isiolo, and maybe if they have revoked the first gazette, now to take back to this land to Ajia. We'll get all of them, because I think the interior CS will not just wake up and do things without knowing. But you understand the issue of our counties. We believe that we treat like a freelancer. Everyone can claim this land belongs to us. We have the same problem with Olodiro, but amicably we solve it through our own ways. But I believe this one is a serious matter. The county government should wake up and try to defend this land. Because if we lose this land, we have lost many chunk of land due to this issue. For us, even in Isiolo, we don't know where we live. We are between. The Isiolo town is center of other counties. This is Meru County. Where I can walk to my house is a Meru. Lorot, before he goes to his home, he passed through. Lorot is living in Meru, so both of us live in Meru. But when you try to understand this issue, in where he live, Kiwanja, we have a polling station for Meru County. And we have the polling station for Isiolo County. So it seems that we need to understand our boundaries also. But that one might be difficult because the assembly will not do it. But the one who is rightfully Isiolo, knowledge is Isiolo, I think it is high time for us to stand for it and ensure that the whole council will come close to Isiolo. So I'm just giving direction and also trying to understand it more. So I think the clerk have noted that and I think they are going to see what we can do. Motions like this are very important. And I believe that if we can talk of this motion, it's already outdated because it is almost 6 months now since these motions will come in this house. I remember when you want to bring it.
Yeah, in December.
Yeah, so
The first week of
so
December.
you see now what the Mheshimiwa have said clearly very true. These motions want to be addressed immediately because it's an issue that in hand. And we are not requesting someone to go and maybe to do investigation. It's already done. We have
See,
that
then
gazette.
quorum, so no joke.
Yeah, of course, yes. So I think as an assembly,
I've
please
seen
let us take
many times.
this house very serious. This is where we belong. We don't belong to barazas. This is where we belong. This is where we can assist our people. Even if you make noise in the barazas and day and night, those barazas will just be, you will see it on TV, but there's no record to follow up. There's no record. The first assembly, I think, Bonaya knows we went through to see all our boundaries and the beacons. We still have that report. If you wish to get that report, you get it.
Where is the report?
It is there. We passed an assembly. We went fact finding as an assembly. We bring the report here. We adopt the report, and the report is there. If you want to get it, you can get it. So it's always to work. This house give us, even if you know things are not going to be, maybe those who are supposed to implement them will implement it, but put your record. Have something that someone can come go and go through. Just look something that, just have something that when I come back to the assembly, I can say, we did this 1, 2, 3, and we have the finding there. Go and get it, and that will be okay. So let us not shy of getting what we need to do as an assembly. Let us try to ensure that whatever you have, maybe something that is in your heart, bring it to this house, and we will discuss. It will not be Mheshimiwa Gole's maybe problem. It's our problem.
Oh, problem.
Tomorrow will be Olumiro, tomorrow will be Chari, whatever. You will not solve alone, but when we sit together as an assembly, whatever we discuss today, it will be happened, it will be there. And whenever you want to say, school nilikuwa assembly nilisema 1, 2, 3, when someone comes, it will get it on. And this is evidence for you that you have already presented the problem of your people to assembly. So I think the best thing is that let us work an assembly, whatever it is in your heart, bring it. Let us not do it because of maybe salary or allowance. No, just because this is where you're supposed to be. It's like a teacher, if you want to earn a salary and you're not attending the class, nasema nisilipwe salary because I'm not attending the class. The same thing. Bring whatever you want to bring it. This is where our mandate will be. If you need to summon even the government, you can summon this assembly. We have all those mandates. But sometimes we may not use.
This one was supposed to be 26th of the
I know, the class.
August.
The
Lakini
class
walibadilisha tarehe, wangebadilisha.
we have to do it, madam, because we have to bring it today.
It's
That's
okay,
exactly.
but I present a different agenda for today, not this one.
Yes, because
This
this
one
is,
for-
yeah, but you know,
Because the case was in the court.
no problem.
Yeah.
Whether it is in court or what, these are different issues that we are doing.
Yeah.
For those who took to court, they have already used their own
The
way.
write
But
up
for
was
you,
very different for today.
yeah,
But
you see now we have
the
to,
clerk never checked and
we have to suit the
we
day.
just,
We have to suit the day, so I think that is
Yes,
exactly. Thank you very much. So let me put a question. That aware that the land in Isiolo County is categorized as community land according to Article 63, 1B of the Constitution of Kenya, with the exemption of those lands set aside for adjudication by the legal notice 150 of 2019 and gazetted areas. Further aware that the county government shall hold in trust all the unregistered community land on behalf of the communities of Isiolo according to Section 6.1 of the Community Land Act 2016. Acknowledge that customary right of the occupancy on any community land subsetting before the commencement of the Community Land Act shall, upon the commencement of the Act, be a recognizable right of occupancy in the respective community land pursuant to Section 14(2) of Community Land Act 2016. Appreciating that establishing national government service delivery coordination units, the Cabinet Secretary shall accord and respect the county government decentralized units established under the Section 48 of the County Government Act 2012. Further appreciating the District Provision Act 1992 as clearly described the districts and province boundaries that extends to counties after the declaration of the Constitution 2010. Noting that, you have to change that was on salt and on salad, something like that, on a salad. But this one is written on salt. You just put on a salad is a grazing area in a Lango sublocation and a Basa location in the Merti sub-county and the Sherab ward and the Independence Electoral Boundaries Commission Act. Worried that the gazettement of Salat as a sub-location and a Hadado sub-county by the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Nation by the Gazette and notice. I wish you can get that Gazette notice so that they can be clear. Will attempt to amend the existing administrative and ward boundaries and deprive the people of Sherab ward historical, cultural, economic, and social rights as guaranteed under the Constitution and laws of Kenya. Therefore, this Assembly recommends 1. A custodian of the community land according to Community Land Act 16, the county government of Isiolo through Department of Land and Fiscal Planning, and in liaison with the relevant national government agencies to take swift action to reverse the above essay. Arrange delegates from the ward to present their memorandum of complaint and supportive document as evidence to reform the gazettement. Both national government led by the county commissioner, national leaders, and the county government leadership led by the governor and the AMCA deliberate on the way forward to reclaim the encroached land by Wajir County. And 4, the County Assembly of Isiolo Committee on Land Fiscal Planning to inquire into the matter and report back to the Assembly. As men of that opinion, say aye. Aye. Say nay. Aye, sir. Excellent. That's all. So members, the House will remain adjourned until tomorrow morning. That is 9.